Hi there, good people. What's going on? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Today I'll be reviewing just four fragrances, which already three are out. This is the last one, and I have the most favorite of mine of today that I'm going to review last. Okay, this is going to be a Cartier fragrance. I don't know how to say that brand properly. I have seen Mark Rob 08 saying something like Cartier, Cartier. I don't know how to pronounce. I really wish I knew French, but this is a very expensive and luxurious, like just like Hermes and Guerlain. This is a very expensive posh perfume house, and this is a designer house. They also make wonderful watches, and I think many other things they make, jewelry. So Cartier presentation is stunning. So the fragrance I'm going to review, let me tell you, it's going to be Santos De Cartier. Why this is special, I will tell you in the review. But before I start, let me tell you my love where it began from Cartier. Cartier, there was a one time, I think Jeremy, there was a good time in 2016, 17, this period, 2016, 17, 18. This was a beautiful little period for fragrance community reviewers. Everything was beautiful. All the reviewers were there, OG ones. And they were talking about some great fragrance. I fell in love with Declaration d'un Soir. That was my very first encounter with Cartier. And then Mark sort of made me look at Roadstar, Roadstar Sport. And then I did love Cartier Declaration, which I did not like at first. After that, many other Cartier I did review. I do have a lot of the Cartier with me. So why I'm smiling is that this fragrance is special in many ways, okay? I always wondered which are the ones I need to finish my Cartier collection with. You can never finish a core collection of a house because there are so many. But this is one of the big names, like I did Pasha de Cartier, and I did Declaration, that Roadstar, many other. I just don't remember all the fragrances. But Cartier, this one right here, Santos, is one of the big ones, and this is one of the most masculine, one of those OG, whatever powerhouse fragrances. This is one of them. So I think one of my brothers, I just don't remember, was it Rohit Debhai or who was it? I just don't remember. I'm so sorry. One of my brothers from India said, brother, you have to get this fragrance, it's so good. So here you go, I have the big boy bottle, and I do have another Cartier review coming up tomorrow, perhaps I'll do. That is a Declaration flanker. That is another good one, discontinued. This one is like those premium red boxes. And Cartier, I also have Lenvol, awesome fragrance. So anyway, this is how that looks. Look at the presentation. It looks gorgeous, just gorgeous. You can be confusing this like a women's perfume because the color red, but it's a men's fragrance, okay? That's how that looks. Nice little packaging. Very beautiful blue colored ones. Vintage look. The bottle is very vintage. If you like Antaeus by Chanel, you will be familiar with this kind of bottles. This definitely does not look like a brand new release, does it? Which year it was released? Let me check once again. This was released in 1981, okay? This was my year of birth, okay? Some people don't like to reveal their age, in Bangladesh especially. I proudly am rocking my age because you never know when you're going to expire, right? So life is short, and nothing wrong with being transparent. So I was born in May 1981. This fragrance came out in the same year. So this has a lot of notes on Fragrantica. I do not remember all of them. So obviously it's like at least 100 notes. I'm just joking. It starts with lavender, juniper berries, basil, lemon verbena, bergamot. Oh man, my specs. Galbanum, neroli. Then middle notes are pepper, nutmeg, vetiver, geranium, rosemary, clary sage, cloves. And base notes you get sandalwood, amber, coconut, patchouli, vanilla and cedar. So it's basically one of those complex fragrances, and I like to wear this on my skin. Let me show you once again the bottle. This is glass, and they made it uniform, sort of like a body with a plastic cap, but this is plastic, this is glass, and it's painted black. I think if you hold it against LED, you can see juice level, and it says nicely that Santos de Cartier, the name. Very nice bottle. It reminds me also of kind of like YSL Jazz, those times. So these are more modern formulation. Remember that. I do not know how the vintage smells. Here's the sprayer. I just am so proud I'm doing this because some of the fragrances do need reviews, more and more appreciation. Check out the sprayer. Awesome sprayer. Really good sprayer. Big sprayer. Okay. Shoots a lot of juice. So this one is one of those Nakfiti bottles. It's not really clicking onto place. It's okay. You can pick it up, but I would say always pick up the bottle. So let that settle down. So this perfume, I have reviewed many fragrances from the powerhouse, and this is actually a fragrance. It has multiple stories to tell, okay? It's not one of the fragrances that you just describe in 2 lines. It's citrus, it's fresh, it's aromatic, blah, blah, that's it. No, this fragrance has a lot more character. It's a proper persona. This definitely does not smell or scream of modern release like Dior Sauvage, Dylan Blue. No, this is a fragrance for mature noses, mature crowds. And if you're into green fragrances, this is very similar to that polo green genre, Kuros, Antheas, and some of the other ones. I have a lot of the other ones I review. I don't remember all the time, but just check out Powerhouse Reviews, Joy Amin. You'll see a lot of perfume that I reviewed. Something like SAR by Van Cleef & Arpels, Van Cleef & Arpels Pour Homme. You get the idea, Ted Lapidus. But something about this is special in many ways because they all have little characters which distinguish them from each other. They are not always the same. Let's say you get Ted Lapidus Pour Homme. It's not the same as Kuros. Like let's say you have like Kuros and then you have another like Givenchy, Pour Homme, or some of the other ones, Polo Green. They all have their distinguishable character. So is this. This actually is a powerhouse which is very modern, very confident, and also very high class kind of a gentleman. Does not smell like a fragrance that is on the budget. This one will cost you around $65 to $70. It's a bit on the higher side. If you look for it, perhaps you'll get, like back in 2016, I think it used to be like under $60. Now the price have gone a little bit higher due to price increase all over the world. But this fragrance, always sample before you buy, because the nose breakdown you saw, it does not tell you a story. One moment you put your nose on and you smell beautiful, beautiful green, like a basil. First thing you hit is basil. If you enjoy basil, that vegetal, like sort of like herbal, fresh greenness, you're gonna absolutely adore this. This one doesn't smell, even though got pepper, nutmeg, all this, not as peppery as Polo Green or Modern Reserve, okay? This one reminds me a little bit of Modern Reserve, not the Polo Green Modern. That one is a very synthetic opening. This one, perhaps it's not as natural as it used to be back in the days. I'm just assuming, because back in the days, a lot of notes were actually like available, or ingredients. Nowadays, they're banning this and that. So they sort of like chop down the good stuff of perfume that takes out the potency or the natural goodness. Like let's say Kuros is no longer the same. Part of this one is no longer the same, but even the modern formulation, I'm pretty sure this is very close to OG. The reason being, when I smell this, it smells green, one thing, okay? It does remind me of nature. At first, I thought it's gonna be like animalic, but there's nothing animalic about it, but it's a very daring perfume, okay? If you wear this, you better know you're wearing this. It's a heavy fragrance. When you put this on, it's a very obvious fragrance. Do not like put on top of this like another Sauvage or something. Not gonna blend in, okay? Not gonna happen. So something class of these, I got a few days back, Balmain Monsieur, I think Monsieur, yeah. These kind of perfumes I love collecting because they are so classy. Armani Eau Pour Homme, Dior Eau Sauvage. This one has citrus element, kind of reminds me of Green Irish Tweed, that with the lemon verbena. So this one has that class, okay? So just because it's Cartier, people say, oh, Creed and Cartier don't have anything common, yeah? Common, yeah, because of the masculinity. Sheer class, absolutely gotta wear this for yourself. And if you graduated from your sweet, playful fragrances and a lot of like, like you are no longer wearing 1 million and you're like hitting your 35, 40s, and you feel like I wanna wear something for myself, let's say with a suit, or something I work in office, I wear, people take me seriously. Man, if you put this on, people will definitely take you seriously. They will not be scared of you, but they'll have a lot of respect. This one screams of class, okay? This is why I had to get this. And I'll tell you, it smells like in my mind, it's like a married man, it's like a married man responsible for kids. He's a very like a responsible person, a citizen. It's not gonna smell suspicious. For some, I'm just using my imagination. Like if let's say you are stopped at a police checkup or something, or check post, if they smell this, you'll roll down the window and they smell this on you, okay? They'll be like, oh, this guy is a senior citizen, not senior citizen, like he's a respected citizen, and he does not smell like a person who would do drugs or something, like he would not be a person who's suspicious of stealing or robbery or something. Just I'm trying to say that this is not for, it's not a cheap smelling perfume. But fair warning, not everybody is gonna like this. Because of the presence of lavender, it becomes sort of like a Drakkar Noir sort of a barbershop vibe. So it has a lot of, as I told you, a lot of angles you can see this fragrance from. But this is a mature man's fragrance. It's a real classy gentleman's fragrance. And how it differs from something like this, where's that bottle, okay? Let's say something like, I have a lot of, this is why I'm so proud of my designer collections. Like if you have Givenchy Gentleman, which is discontinued now. This one has honey, I think. This one has dust. Sorry. This one, basically, it's an animalic fragrance. I think this one, it's sweet, at the same time it has some animalic tones. So let's say another favorite of mine, my signature scent is Kuros, right? That one definitely is an animalic fragrance, but it does not really apologize. This one also doesn't apologize, but it's not a fragrance it will offend that many people. Longevity is solid, 6 to 7 hours, but I think ideal time to wear this is going to be nighttime, climate control zone, bit cooler weather needed, and early days of fall and winter perhaps would be great for this. I do not detect any leather or anything, this is not mentioned, but coconut, interesting. You know, my nose is not that mature, so geranium, rosemary, this has these kicks, you know, like herbal kicks, but mostly it's a green citrusy opening with a lot of perhaps vetiver, I don't know, patchouli, vetiver, yeah. They don't mention vetiver, yeah. But spices, but all in all, it's a very wearable, gentlemanly fragrance, which is polite, okay? So I would definitely say this is one of those big boy fragrances, okay? If you're a serious human being and you take yourself seriously, you have self-respect, you know, you can wear this fragrance and you can go out. Do not wear this for getting compliments, okay? I would say Declaration d'un Soir is more likely going to get you a lot of compliments, like a perfume like this, okay? You can wear that. This is the level of this kind of fragrance, okay? Two of best of Cartier, Declaration and this. If you love Declaration, that one is also spicy, woody, masculine, but this is more like a herbal, fresh, green, masculine perfume. Definitely check it out. Feels like oak moss sometimes, but it doesn't have oak moss in it. So obviously it's a vintage perfume and still has this available in different shops. Check it out if you might like it. If you like it, get it before it totally disappears. Many fragrances do disappear over the years. Santos De Cartier, it's a great fragrance. Great fragrance, I'll give this 9 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. How many sprays? Go 2 to 3. That will cover. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. I'll see you soon. Good night.